afternoon, CMS families. Thank you for joining today's Family Academy Lunch and Learn College and Career Promise and Post-Secondary Attainment. Please take a moment to sign into today's session using the bit.ly on the screen. That is bit.ly/Family Academy sign in. It has been added to the Q&A along with today's slide deck. We're excited to be joined by our Director of Student Wellness, Radha Patel, who will be sharing today's content. On the next slide, we'll go over the translation options available. In the top right-hand corner of your screen, please select Captions. From there, you select Show Live Captions. And from the drop-down, please select the language of your choosing. Once again, if you are in need of translation support on today's calls, please select Captions from the top right-hand corner, Show Live Captions, and then select the language of your choosing from the drop-down. And we are excited to engage with you today. We have our Q&A for any questions you may have. Please click on Q&A in the top right-hand corner of your screen and a text box will appear. The Q&A will be monitored during the call and all questions will be answered at the end. Additionally, we love to react and engage with you. So please feel free to share those thumbs up, clap emojis, or any of those reactions during today's call so that we know that this information has met your needs today. Families, if you were trying to access that bit.ly, please refresh your screen. The access has been updated. And at this time, we are excited to turn it over to Ms. Radha Patel, the Director of Student Wellness, who will be sharing about College and Career Promise.
Hello, good morning, everyone. Or actually, we're in the afternoon now. I hope everyone is doing well. As we begin our presentation, we always like to bring back to what our purpose is. And all of that we do in our departments goes back to our goals and our guardrails. So specifically today, we will be touching on our goal 4, which is post-grad readiness, and our guardrail 3, which is attending to the whole child. As it relates to goal 4, we like to relate back to our learner profile. We want all of our students to be ready for life after post-secondary. So we want them to be ready to be enrolled, enlisted, or employed. So as it relates to that, we want our students to be life ready. We want them to be equipped with confidence, resilience, adaptability, and we want them to be financially literate for all aspects of life. We want our students to be performance ready. We want them to be graduated on time. We want them to have completed a career pathway of their interest and take at least one advanced course towards their pathway. Now, when we say advanced course, we don't necessarily mean taking a college level course or AP course. It also means we want them to possibly take a course that can take them towards whatever their life goals are. So if it's a CTE course towards a pathway, if they're wanting to go into cosmetology, we want them to look and explore and take those advanced courses towards their pathway also. We want our students to be next step ready. We want them to be able to align their career and post-secondary plans with their personal goals. So whether that be for enrollment, enlistment, or employment. And we want our students to be opportunity ready. We know that as the more that our students are engaged in school, the more that they are likely to stay in school. So we want them to participate in the extracurriculars, the internships, the work experiences that can develop those skills for them for their academic and possibly their future opportunities. So again, today we're going to touch on College and Career Promise. I may refer to it as CCP so that you know it's College and Career Promise. We have a opportunity that's available to our North Carolina students, which is called NC College Connect. And we'll talk through FAFSA and what it means to have the federal application for student aid. So our purpose is we want you to understand what CCP is, what NC College Connect is, and what FAFSA is, so you can help support your students. We want to show you and let you know about the different opportunities that are available for college access while your student is in high school. We are going to talk through financial aid and the access and give you a little bit of knowledge on what FAFSA is. And we want to empower you and give you some steps that you can utilize with your students so that they're successful in their transition to college. So we're going to talk through College and Career Promise. So the CCP program enables our high school students to enroll in high school in college level courses for free while they're in high school. This allows them to get courses that go towards their college credit while they're in high school, and it gives them more college readiness, gives them an opportunity to explore those college level courses. We'll talk through NC College Connect, which serves as a hub for our students to be able to explore admissions to colleges that they're already eligible for based on their GPA. We'll talk through FAFSA and why FAFSA is important, and what, not only for those that are for need-based, also for other scholarship opportunities, why it's important and why it's useful for our students to complete the FAFSA, and what you can know and what you can do to help your students as they navigate this process. So what is College and Career Promise? So College and Career Promise, as I spoke to briefly, is a program that is offered through our cooperative innovative high schools and our community college, which is Central Piedmont Community College, where our students have the unique opportunity to take college level courses and earn credits towards a college degree, diploma, or certificate while they're in high school. So there's 3 different pathways that students can choose to take, and we'll talk briefly through those today. They have the college transfer, which would allow our students to take courses towards a associate's or towards their bachelor's degree while they're in high school. We have the CTE pathway, so students are able to take courses towards a certification, diploma, or even a workforce ready credential while they're in high school. Or we have the opportunity for our students to engage in our early or middle colleges. Those are called our cooperative innovative high schools, where they can actually be at a college or university campus and take programs of study that can get them prepared to get their associate's degree or get ready for their college and career success. So the different pathways I mentioned through our cooperative innovative high schools is our middle college and our early college. So what our middle colleges offer is the opportunity for our students to complete their first 2 years of high school on their home campus and then transfer to the middle college during their 11th grade year. This can allow our students to earn their associate's degree or 2 years of transferable college credit while they're in high school. So the cooperative innovative high schools, the middle colleges that we have in CMS are our Cato Middle College, Harper, Levine, and our Maracas campus, and those are all affiliates of CPCC. So let's think about what is the image of a student who would be a good fit for a middle college. So this would be a student who would like the opportunity to finish their associate's degree in high school without the involvement in a traditional high school setting or the different activities that are in a high school. They would like to specialize in options that align with their post-secondary plans. There are students who want a smaller class size and that can offer more hands-on experiences. And they may be a student who likes the option to participate in athletics while on their home campus and specialize in those college-specific courses at the college campus. Our other option is our early college. So these are students who want to complete all of their high school curriculum in grades 9 through 12 in an early college campus or a community college, or we have a partnership with UNCC. So the opportunity that our students are allowed through the early colleges is that they can earn up to 60 credits that are transferable college credits, and or they can earn their 2 years associate's degree while at the early college. So we have 3 specialized campuses for our early colleges. We have Central Piedmont Early College, which is located at the CPCC main campus. We have the Charlotte Engineering Early College, which is at UNCC. This specializes in engineering and the STEM fields. And we have our Charlotte Teachers Early College, which is on the UNCC campus as well, and they specialize in the teaching profession. So what does an early college student look like? This is a student who'd like to begin their high school in a college setting with a more specialized option to begin in ninth grade. These are students who would like a class size that is typically smaller. They offer more hands-on experience. They want a more accelerated learning environment. So these students are not on their home campus for their any of their high schooling. They do all 4 years at the early college, and they still have the opportunity to participate in athletics at their home campus if they would like that option. Our third option is through our college and career promise for our college and career promise is through their traditional high schools. So all students at all of our high school campuses have the opportunity to earn college credits while remaining on their home campus. And they can participate in the traditional high school programming as well. So our CCP courses are offered to students at all high school. The link below gives you more information from our CPCC website and our CMS website on all of the course offerings that we have, all of the pathways that are provided for our students. Like I said, our students are provided the opportunity to take courses towards a college transfer track or through a CTE pathway. So what does a student look like if they are choosing to stay on their traditional high school campus and want to participate in the college and career promise? So this student has the option of enrolling in dual enrollment courses through CPCC while remaining on their traditional high school. They have the option to take face-to-face courses or virtual courses at any CPCC location. And they have more of a variety of accelerated courses that they would have access to depending on their homeschool, including AP courses, IB courses, and or Cambridge courses. These courses also go towards their college transcript depending on the pathway that they choose. One thing to note is no matter what pathway our students choose in the CCP pathway, all of those are tuition free. And so that is the added bonus of our students taking CCP courses. If they're interested in taking college courses while in high school, they are at no cost to our students. So the other option for our CCP courses at our traditional high schools is what we call our Central Piedmont Academies. So we'll may refer to these as CP Academies. So our students at our high schools that are listed on the screen have the opportunity to earn college credits for certain courses that are offered at their home campus. These are courses that are taught by CPCC professors, and those professors come to the high school campus, and during one block of class, while the students are at their home campus, they're able to take these classes for college credit. So as it relates to NC College Connect, our students have the opportunity, if they have a weighted GPA of 2.8 or above, and they meet the NC College Connect requirements, they have the opportunity to get direct admission to select colleges and universities that participate in the NC College Connect program. So eligible students should have received a letter early this year, this semester, that gives them a QR code to see the tailored list of colleges and universities that they are eligible to apply for. So they will receive the list, and based on their GPA, they will have the specific admission criteria that they need to be able to be admitted. So what they would do is they would go into their portal and they would be able to see, okay, so based on your GPA, which is 2.8 or higher, these are the institutions that you are eligible to get admission to. So they're not guaranteed direct admission to all of the universities, but based on the courses that they have taken and based on their GPA, they may be guaranteed direct admission to many of those college and universities. The application deadline for the NC College Connect program is January 2nd. The link here will give you much more information on the different programming, the universities, and how to go through accepting the admission and the eligibility. FAFSA is our free application for federal aid. It's most important that you know your options for paying for college. So when we fill out the FAFSA, there is no obligation for you to accept any aid that's offered. It just allows you to be considered for federal, state, and college-based funding. This includes scholarships and grants that do not need to be repaid. The link here gives you the FAFSA 101, which talks through many more specifics on what the FAFSA can give you eligibility for and what is the criteria. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is if I apply for FAFSA, I have to take that money, and those are loans. Knowing that you can be eligible for many other scholarships for the different colleges and universities that your student is applying for, just through applying for the FAFSA is very important for you to understand. Our goal in CMS is to have 60% completion rate for our students for the FAFSA. This will allow for our students to be able to get many more options for paying for college. So what are the benefits for filling out the FAFSA? So like I said, in addition to be considered for federal financial aid like the Pell Grant, North Carolina uses the FAFSA to determine eligibility for state aid also. Most colleges use information to award college-based aid. So as I was speaking to earlier, you may not be eligible for federal financial aid through the Pell Grant, but there's different other scholarship opportunities that you can be awarded based on the information that you have submitted through the FAFSA. You are not required to accept all of the aid that's offered to you. And filling out the FAFSA gives you the information about the financial aid that you qualify for so that you know all of your options. Again, if your student is not sure where they want to go, if they want to go to a 4-year university or a 2-year university or even trade school, there's no obligation to enroll in college. If you're wanting to fill out the FAFSA, you can always complete the FAFSA, look at what the aid is that you are going to be awarded, and then choose your opportunities accordingly. So there's also the option of doing it the other way around. In most cases, it's worth the time to take to fill out the form just to see what your options are. One other option that we have in North Carolina, which is a really unique scholarship, is the Next NC Scholarship. This is a financial aid program that helps most of our North Carolina households who make less than $80,000 or less to pursue higher education. So this will allow our students to attend a community college and receive at least $3,000 per year. Or if a student is attending a public university in North Carolina, they would get a minimum of $5,000 per year. So this is a unique scholarship to our North Carolina residents that will allow our students to get additional aid based on the income that you have. So how can you help as parents and guardians for our students? So for our college and career promise, I think number one is let's confirm our eligibility. So there is a GPA and grade level requirement for CCP participation. For our early college opportunities, students can begin taking those courses starting in 9th grade. For our middle colleges and students wanting to take CCP courses in their traditional or their comprehensive high school, they must be in 11th grade before being able to take any CCP courses. There is a minimum GPA requirement, which is a 2.8, but with certain CTE pathway courses, depending on which course offerings or pathways that the student is choosing, they can be eligible for taking those courses through CCP with as low as a 2.0 GPA. So many times our families feel like my student doesn't have the minimum GPA requirement, so they may not be eligible to take college level courses while in high school, but there are exceptions to that as well. We want you to ensure that you have the best fit for your students. So have discussions with your school counselors to talk through, this is what my student is interested in. This is where they want to go. What do you think would be the best fit for where they're at? We want to make sure that you have all of the correct documentation and applications filled out. Your campus-based counselors, college and career coaches, and our CTE Coordinators are able to assist you in looking at what are the documents that you need, how to complete that application. And again, when in doubt, always meet with your counselor. They can definitely help guide you through this process as your students go through high school and beyond. With the FAFSA, how can you help? Number one, you want to create an FSA ID. This can be created through studentaid.gov. Um, a parent does need to have access because you will need to go in and approve your student's application. You will need your tax returns and or your W-2, or your and some maybe other income information in order to fill out the FAFSA. You want to complete the FAFSA in its entirety. We receive reports on a monthly basis on how many students have completed their FAFSA, submitted their FAFSA, and even submitted their FAFSA application, but have something that's incomplete. Many times you may not receive response back on what the award is because there may be something that's missing. So it's really important to go back in even after 24 hours and ensure that all of the documents have been submitted and are submitted accurately, because we want to make sure that it's not a technical issue that you've had that's preventing you and your student from receiving any federal aid or any aid in general. With our NC College Connect, you want to make sure that you look at the eligibility criteria. Again, your student should have received a letter in the mail or email with their eligibility and the QR code. If you're unsure if your student was eligible, all campus counselors have received a list. Unfortunately, at the school level, we do not have the unique QR codes for the students. We only have a list of the students that were sent that they were eligible. You want to make sure that you can explore some of the college options. Go in, attend sessions, ask the admissions counselors questions to see what's the right fit again, and then submit your form to accept your admission. So we want to make sure that you're able to claim your spot based on the college and universities that you have matched with in your portal. So those are the different ways that you can help your student as they go in and navigate their CCP and or college process. So I see that there are some questions in the Q&A. So I will go through and start answering them. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to add them to the chat as well. So question was asked, are these lottery only? And so the question for the early and middle colleges, there is a lottery and application process because there is a admissions criteria for the early and middle colleges. If you are, is there anything we can do for traditional middle schools, or all of these apply only to high schools? So as your students in the middle school are looking at where they want to go, the lottery is open right now for school choice. Right now would be the time where they can start looking at, are they wanting to go into more of the traditional high school and do CCP and post-secondary readiness through their comprehensive high school, or are they interested in some of the specialty schools? We have many different choice school offerings that offer different pathways based on school student interest. And so this would be the time, if your student is in middle school, to be able to look at where their interests lie and to choose a high school accordingly. What if your student is a freshman and doesn't have a GPA till December? Can they still apply? If your question is related to the middle college, yes, because the middle college application process doesn't begin until the student until a junior year for the student. If you're looking at for CCP, taking college level courses while they're in high school, again, students are eligible to take CCP courses starting their junior year. So they are still on track. And so they can still apply when that time comes, which would be the spring of their sophomore year. So if you have a 10th grade student right now, you would look at in the springtime, there'll be different dates and opportunities that our counselors will be doing some outreach and guidance surrounding course opportunities for the next year. And then that's where you would be able to look at those opportunities. Great question. What year should your student complete the FAFSA? The FAFSA should be completed the senior year of 12th grade year of your student. So FAFSA opens October 1 of every year. So when your student is in 12th grade, they would be applying for their FAFSA going into the next school year, which would be when they would be going into college.
And what about the College Connect? When should our families apply
Yes.
for NC College Connect?
Great question. So NC College Connect is also for colleges and universities. So it's not an application process. Our state DPI pulls GPAs for all of the students in every school district, and they send out letters based on the student's GPA at the end of their junior year. And then they'll do another run at the very beginning, so in August of the student's 12th grade year, and they will send those letters out. So there's no enrollment or application process to even be eligible for NC College Connect. It is strictly based on your student's GPA. Does that answer your question?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Yes. What year? Okay, let's look. How Okay, so if you're asking, what does it look like for a dual enrollment program student? So again, depending on the student's pathway, the early and middle colleges are structured a little bit differently because, and their calendars are different because they are housed at the university campus. If you're asking about at a traditional high school, the student schedule is built based on what courses the students would like to take. So for example, students can take courses at the university while concurrently taking high school level classes at their high school. If a student is choosing to take some of their core classes, with the exception of English 3 and 4, our students are able to take graduation requirements through CCP also. The reason why we are saying, with the exception of English 3 and 4, for English 3, to get the high school credit for English 3 and English 4, it's 3 CCP courses that the students must take to get the 1 credit. And so that gives a little bit of our students, because we have other opportunities through AP that our students can take the 1-to-1. We say we want to make sure that all of our students are on track to graduate and are not put in a situation where they have missed a course because they had planned to take the CCP pathway for English, and so they missed a course. And so that is the one that we will ask that they take the English 3 and the English 4 on their campus. So if a student would like to take 3 college level courses, there is not a cap on the number of CCP courses that our students can take. They can take 1, they can take 5. It is really based on where your student is at, their capabilities, and their mental well-being, right? We don't want to have our students take too many courses and be overloaded, but we do have some students who are able and capable of doing that. So we do not put a cap on the number of CCP courses that our students can take. So they would follow the same schedule as their high school counterparts who are not taking CCP courses, but their schedule is able to be adjusted depending on the number of courses. So if an early release needed to be placed on the student schedule their senior year, because they're taking many courses through CCP, they're going to the college campus to take the course instead of taking it virtually. They don't have any other core requirements that they need to take at the high school campus. They can have a release and go to the campus or take the extra courses at the CPCC campus as well. How can we find out what CCP courses are offered at our child's high school? So if you go back to the slide that had CCP right here, dual enrollment at CPCC, this will give you the list of all of the course offerings at the students that students are able to take. It is not dependent on the school that the students are at. As far as taking the CCP courses virtually or at CPCC campus. What you may see, if your question is related to the CP academies, each school has a different course offering, 2 to 3 courses each school may have that they offer in the fall and or the spring. And so your high school campus counselor would be able to tell you which courses that the school is offering as far as the CP academy is concerned. For middle colleges, we don't apply through the lottery until 10th grade, correct? That is correct. Is there a complete list of high school lottery options without having to redo the application? If you go into school choice from the CMS website, you can go to families and then I'll say school choice. That will give you all of the different opportunities and high school lottery options based on what the career pathway or their interests are. Did all high school students receive a letter for College Connect or was it only seniors? It would only be seniors because those were the only ones that would be eligible. So each year, their senior year, the senior class, those are the ones that would be receiving the letters. So it will not be from year to year because they're not eligible until 12th grade year to apply to college. And so that's when students for the NC College Connect will be receiving those letters. One thing I wanted to actually note also is that for NC College Connect and FAFSA, in the next week or two, we will be sending out communications. We will be having an NC College Connect / FAFSA night for all of our families that you can come and actually learn more, hear from different admissions counselors and financial aid officers, sit down and actually complete your FAFSA and or your NC College Connect portal. So that's coming soon. And so we will make sure that that is sent out to all families as well, put out on our website, our CMS website, and sent out to all high schools so that they can share that information also. Would everyone be guided by counselors during 8th grade about the community college courses, or should we consult them ourselves? If so, what time of year is best to consult them? So depending on the type of CCP courses that your student is wanting to take. In 8th grade, they may or may not be advised on them because, again, they're not eligible to take those until the 11th grade year. But please always, if you have a question, you can always reach out to your 8th grade counselor. And if they are not knowledgeable or are unsure of the process, they can definitely connect you to your student's high school counselor, future high school counselor, who will be happy to answer those questions for you. Are the counselors at school will let my kid know when to apply? So your student would want to, if I'm understanding the question correctly, will counselors let students know automatically about the CCP options that that are offered to them when they get to 10th grade? Or is this something that students should go and talk to their counselor about? I would say that your student should always go and talk to their counselor on whether or not this is something that's presented broadly. I know that all of our high school counselors in 9th grade do a high school 101 where they talk through the different options, the course, about courses and course pathways and all of that. They do that in 9th grade, but as they get to 10th and 11th, if your student is interested in taking CCP courses, please let them know to talk to their counselors. You can also reach out to your counselor and say, my student is interested in CCP. Can you tell me more information about it? Or their websites, all of the school websites also have a college and career promise link that links to the information as far as the application, how to go about the process. So all students do have access through their school website, and I always encourage my students to reach out to their counselors if they have any questions. Can students do IB program with college courses? Absolutely. They absolutely can. So the IB program is separate from the CCP, CCP program. So yes, we have many students who are doing the IB program who also take CCP courses. You just want to make sure that you're not I would say like overlapping. If there's a course that's going to offer you the same credit through the IB, it may not be helpful to take it through the CCP through College and Career Promise, but that would definitely be a good conversation to have with your counselor as well, to say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is what our goal is. What do you suggest as far as should we take this through IB or should we take this through CCP? if we choose the early middle college program, what about prom or the other activities? So when your student is at the earlier middle college, they're a student of that school. And so they would have prom and all that as they would if they were at their traditional high school. This would be a question as far as prom and all the other activities. I would reach out to just the early and middle college that you're looking into and see what their process looks like as far as, hey, if my student, depending on what activities you're referring to, if my student wants to engage in this activity, what is the process if they're at the early college or the middle college? Is it too late to apply for the early college for upcoming 11th grader? So the middle college for the UNCC engineering program. So the lottery is open right now. So this would be the time for you to go in and actually complete the application. And this you would do through school choice. And that again, if you go through family through the CMS website and go to school choice, that's where you can find it. For dual enrollment, if you're looking at the College and Career Promise specifically, where students are on their traditional campus and taking courses, that is not lottery. It is open to all of our students. And so any student who is an 11th or 12th grade student based on their GPA and eligibility requirements first are eligible to take College and Career Promise courses through CPCC while on their traditional high school campus. Were there any questions in the chat? I don't see any. I just want to make sure.
Yep, I believe we have answered all of our questions. Families, thank you so much for your engagement. Oh, we do have one last question
Yep.
that has come in.
No worries. Please ask. Admissions tests are, if you're referring to the early and middle colleges, they do have entrance requirements. You can refer to what their specifics are. I do not believe there's an admissions test for that specifically, but there are admissions requirements that can be found on their specific site. I do believe there's a GPA requirement that they have to maintain. And then there may be some additional requirements that you can find on their specific website. And
Thank
again,
you.
all of this can be found through our CMS website. If you go to families and school choice, you should be able to find those. And I believe they have been linked in the Q&A also.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Families, all links that were shared during today's presentation have been added to the Q&A, including the slide deck and today's sign-in. I would like to highlight that we will have another Lunch and Learn on Thursday focused on navigating advanced course options in high school. This session will overview the AP, IB, and Cambridge options that are available within CMS. So please tune back in on Thursday at 12 p.m. if that is of interest to you as you're supporting your child navigating into this secondary space. A special thank you to Radha Patel for sharing such comprehensive information around our college and career promise and post-secondary attainment. Families, thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.